Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with my two younger sisters, Gracie and Kaylee. As you guys can probably tell, all three of us are natural redheads, which is pretty rare, and neither one of our parents have red hair. And no, the milkman is not the father. Can you imagine if we had $1 for every time we heard that?
I'd be rich.
Yeah, for real. So we are here today because we wanted to talk about what it is like to grow up as a redhead, the kind of struggles that you face, how we learn to embrace our
gingerness, our
lovely soulless selves. No, I'm just kidding. And also some of the facts, because it's pretty interesting. Like, there's a lot of information out there that I didn't know about. We did some research on the probability of our parents having redhead children, since neither one of them have red hair themselves.
Like the probability of if they had one child.
Yeah. So the probability of having one redhead child, if you do not have red hair, is 25%. So there was only a 25% chance for each one of us. And the odds were just ever in their favor, obviously. And they lucked out with 3 redheaded children. So I hope they bought a lottery ticket. If there is anyone watching this that also comes from a family of multiple redhead children, leave a comment down below because I really want to know like how common this is. So as you can probably guess, growing up with red hair was definitely not easy. Can we agree? So in today's video, we are going to talk about the real struggles of being a ginger, as well as some facts about being a ginger and how we learn to embrace it. So if you are interested in that, just keep on watching and you are in for a treat from 3 lovely unicorns. We kind of are like unicorns, basically.
Yeah, put devil horns on me.
Okay, so let's start off with some of the facts about redheads and gingers in general, because these are really interesting. So red hair is the result of a mutation in the MC1R gene in chromosome 16. It's really scientific and I really don't know what I'm talking about. That came straight from Google.
So 30% of all hair dye sales are for colors that have red in them, so like a red brown or a red hair dye.
So all those people who made fun of us in elementary school, who's trying to have red hair now, huh?
They hate us because they ain't us.
No, but when I was like dyeing my hair a bunch of colors too growing up, like to try and avoid my red hair, every hair salon that I went to tried to talk me out of it first, and were saying how it's so hard to get, and people pay tons and tons of money trying to get the natural red look, and you just can't dye your hair and have a really natural look. Like, it's extremely hard.
I know. I've had random people say to me like,
oh, you can't get that color in a bottle.
Or
you can't. People pay big money for that color and they'll never get it.
But I remember being a kid and people would say like, oh, is that your natural hair color? And I would say like, yes. And they'd be like, oh, it's so beautiful, don't ever dye it. And like me as a kid though, I would look at them and be like, oh my God, Nancy doesn't know shit. Because like, kids are so mean. Like I used to draw myself with black hair as a child. You can ask my mother.
Insert the photos of all of us dyeing our hair.
Find
It's hideous.
me with black hair.
Also, every single one of us started dyeing our hair in grade 6 or grade 7, and that was only because before then, obviously we couldn't do it on our own because our mothers would not let us. So grade 6 and 7, we kind of were old enough to buy dye and like do that ourselves with our friends. Now, right now, every single one of us are embracing our natural red hair, but this is like a long time coming. And like looking back, it makes me so sad.
I had to let my hair basically grow back out to get my hair back.
Yeah.
Like you can't just dye it back.
No.
Like, I literally had to let my hair grow out and it sucked.
I did though, whenever I dyed my hair, which was a lot, I always use like the semi-permanent dyes because I was too scared to ever use the permanent ones. Yeah, but they do still really stay in your hair. So it did take a long time. I haven't colored my hair in a long time now, but oh man.
The time I convinced Mom to let me dye my hair black, because everyone made fun of me for being a ginger, so I begged her to dye my hair black, and she got me a semi-permanent black. And because
yeah, you went the furthest. You went straight black.
But they don't tell
In grade
you.
6, her grade 6 Christmas concert, she has dyed black hair.
So
because
they
kids were
don't-
so mean.
Yeah, they don't tell you that if you have lighter hair,
It goes
semi-permanent
darker.
grabs it and it
Yeah.
never comes out. So I
Yeah.
remember crying because I couldn't get my hair color back, putting Dawn dish soap in my hair in the shower
Yeah,
6
to
and
try
7
and scrub
times
it
in a
out,
row
to try and get it
because
out.
I couldn't get it out. And then the $11 fox dye turned into my mom paying at least $500 to bleach my
Over
whole
time,
head
yeah.
I know.
at a
over
really
time.
professional salon.
Here's
When
a
you
fact.
when you get older, none of us are gonna get gray hair, bitches. It
Who's
turns
laughing at us now?
It turns blonder and blonder and then goes white.
Like a silver fox.
Sounds gross. Yeah. It's just like your hair.
We're gonna be a couple Arctic foxes up in here.
Yeah.
When everyone starts to go gray, I'm just gonna walk around and be like,
Bye, Felicia.
Who's laughing now, Margaret?
So less than 2% of the world's population are redheads. That is so small. We really are unicorns.
except they aren't even real.
But we are real. And another fact, people with red hair and blue eyes are the rarest combination of human in the entire
color am I?
world. No, you are one.
I have blue. Well, sometimes they look a little green. It depends what I wear. But I'm like one of the rarest because I have red hair.
So you're a type of person, blue hair, red eyes.
What color?
blue hair and red eyes. Can you like like red
hair.
lasers going on?
So red hair, blue eyes. If you have that, you are part of 1% of the whole world. You're
I think
green
Jason.
and I'm
I think
green.
Jason's gonna be like that.
I think his hair is
If his hair turns out red,
a little blue eye.
he does have really pretty blue eyes. They're
So
beautiful.
cute.
I think the most common, honestly, is brown eyes with red hair.
Yeah.
So even green is pretty rare. So the fact that like all three of us have red hair and we
Light
have
colored
blue
eyes.
and green eyes, not brown, like we're super rare.
Yeah.
Look at him going to town.
He's mowing down on the frozen banana watching Donkey.
The red pigment is the most resistant. So do you remember, like I used to get Kaylee to bleach my hair because I wanted balayage and it would never work because red hair is so pigmented and strong. It's really resistant to
You have to
bleach.
lighten it a lot.
Yeah, and then it's just so dead, it's breaks off. This is the longest my hair has ever been in my entire life. I was just convinced that my hair didn't grow past this, but it was because it was so dead.
But it is true. Some people can't grow their hair past a certain length because their growth cycle just isn't as quick or like doesn't take as long or takes longer than average or other
Interesting.
people.
I think that's my problem. But I also grow my hair out and then cut it all off again.
Yeah,
I'm
you do cut your
gonna
hair.
cut mine off next week.
Oh, I'm growing mine. Gotta grow for the wedding.
Like this if you think I should get front bangs.
Redheads are more sensitive to thermal pain and less sensitive to electric pain, is what I read. And also, we require 20% more anesthesia to be put under. There are so many stories of redheads, or gingers. This seems so crazy to say because how can a hair color affect you that much? But it's because of the gene mutation. It really does affect your DNA, I guess. But there's a lot of stories of people that are ginger or red hair waking up during surgeries because the anesthesiologist.
I heard we have a higher
didn't use
pain
enough.
tolerance as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it. That's why we require more anesthesia because we have higher pain tolerance. But more sensitive to thermal pain means if you touch something hot, you're more sensitive to that ow.
We feel, so in the summer when we're complaining because we're sweating to death, we feel that shit for real. Worse than you, so.
Also, we make our own vitamin D, so suck on that.
That's true.
It is true.
Suck on
Suck
that.
on that.
on these Chinese
Nuts! According to Greek mythology, excuse me,
You better not redo that. You better just keep going.
when a redhead dies, they become a vampire. So you know what? I think that's where the rumor that redheads have no souls come from is because
I thought that came
vampires,
from
I don't know.
what is that? What's that show? South Park or something? I thought it just came from them when they were like, gingers have no souls.
No, but I bet
And then
it goes
everyone was
even
like, and ran with it.
no, I bet it goes even further back to this Greek mythology.
My favorite when
thing.
I was a child.
They're all redheads in Twilight, I think. All of the Cullens.
all them
That's what
colon
you say.
Twilight.
Oh, not in the movie, but in the
Yeah.
the book and stuff.
They're all ginger people.
Did you guys ever hear about that? Redheads
Wait, is
turning
it?
into vampires thing? Let me know if you did, because it's really crazy. All right, I guess that brings us to the next part of our video, the struggles and most annoying things that people say to redheads. These facts that we're about to tell you, if we had $1 for every time we heard them, we would be filthy, stinking rich.
I would not be driving a 2005 Toyota.
I have a car.
At least like a 2010 or something. Like I am now.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you first, Kaylee, what is like the number one thing that people say to you as a ginger that like drives you nuts?
The worst like backhanded compliment when everyone says like, oh my god, you're so pretty for a ginger. For a ginger, they have to add that in.
I know. Can you imagine?
Thanks.
You're so pretty for a blonde. You're so pretty for a brunette.
Yeah.
You would never say that to
No.
anyone else.
You wouldn't. That's so fun.
It's as if you're like insinuating that like the majority are ugly.
Yes, I know. And then it's like, well, shit, do you think that I'm actually kind of ugly or something, but you just think I look better than the average ginger?
Yeah,
or something?
it's like, oh shit, are we
it's
still in elementary?
It's just mean and like it's weird. I never knew how to respond to that. I was always like,
It's definitely backhanded.
yeah, it totally is.
I've gotten that too. Yeah. I feel like also the number one question, I get it, and you guys are definitely gonna agree with me.
Is that your natural hair color?
Oh my god, I was actually
They touch it
Is
when they
that
ask you, like
natural?
they could tell.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think people mean that in a nice way because it's so rare. You know, like we're such a small amount of the population. I guess they're just amazed. I guess they're amazed that we could have natural red hair and be beautiful because I mean, apparently
That doesn't happen.
it doesn't happen. Yeah.
So I don't know why you're talking about it.
What?
It can't happen.
What?
Apparently gingers are all ugly.
You just confused me so much. How many people have ever said to you, "Oh, you must be Irish"?
Grandma
Scottish
told
and
me I
Irish,
was
yeah.
from Ireland once.
We're actually
Or I was Scotch. She told me I was from somewhere, and that's why I had.
we're
red hair.
actually I can't think of it.
Grandma's
Italian. We're pretty Italian. Actually, we're like an 8th Italian.
Yeah, we're not really.
Whenever I like think about that, and everyone's like, "You must be Irish." In my head, I'm like, "Well, my grandfather's a Newfie, my grandmother's Italian, my nan is native, Papa's French." And I'm like,
Just a nice
what the
overall.
fuck are we?
Just a nice.
Maybe the milkman is my dad.
People say this to Devin more than they say it to me when they see that he has a redheaded fiance. They'll be like, "Oh, I bet she's got some temper."
Yeah.
And actually, that's true.
I've been called firecracker.
Firecracker, yeah. I actually do have a temper.
But like everybody has a temper. Oh my god, he's so sweet.
He's so cute. Oh.
Say, "Mama, Mama."
You're so cute.
At this point in my life, I don't even want kids yet, but that kid makes me want one.
I know.
He makes
He's
my
an angel.
ovaries do something. He is an angel.
He makes my legs tie shut.
So when you are a redheaded person, when you're a little kid and you're playing with your friends and like, you know, you're picking who's gonna be what person of the Spice Girls band, if you're the redhead, then you automatically get stuck with ginger. You know what I mean? Were you always Ginger Spice? You were too young.
You
didn't have that era,
I
but
was
you did.
not alive in the 90s, so.
Oh, I didn't have a choice. I was always Ginger Spice. Whenever there was a redheaded character, automatically you're that one. That's you.
My favorite thing too, like when Mom's friend Maureen went somewhere, they were somewhere in the States, I think, but they saw a redheaded waitress and they made her get a picture with all of them and said it looked like me. And when they showed people the picture, we look nothing alike. It's just we both have the same color hair.
I know.
And they automatically were like, "Oh my god, you look so much like this girl that like my friend's daughter, blah blah blah, like, we have to get a picture."
Yeah, people do that. They like think you automatically look like someone else because you both have red hair, but that's the only feature they.
Or they ask
have.
if your siblings are related.
Yeah. Do you
I
think
used
that
to
we
get
look
that.
alike? Would you know that we were sisters if you just saw a picture of us?
I think me and Gracie look a little more alike.
We all
Just like
have
color.
similarities, but also differences.
People used to say all the time, you can tell like we're siblings, like we all look similar, but we all have our own look.
Yeah, we all have unique looks,
No,
which
but
is cool.
whenever I go places with Shelby, everyone's like, "Oh my god, you guys like look so much alike." But then if I go anywhere with Kaylee, they're
know.
like, "You look so much alike."
Yeah.
But then if we
Do you
all
remember
go
the
somewhere,
time-
it's different.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time me and you had like the same haircut? We both had our nose rings and like we went out to the mall and everyone thought we were twins.
We looked really alike one time too because I had blonde in my hair and so did she.
Yeah.
And we
that
both
was
had our hair straightened.
2
I'm
years
gonna
ago,
insert that picture.
2 years ago at
Right
Christmas
here.
time, I think it was. Being ginger, like redhead. I don't like saying ginger. Like I said, did I say redhead? But,
it's because as kids, like, people use that as a mean thing.
Yeah.
So even now, I feel like we're a bit sensitive still to the word ginger because it was always used with a negative connotation.
Yeah, like it just is weird. Like I just say redhead.
I don't really care.
But either way,
Though, when I think of like gingers, I think of like the big guy that's like gingers had no souls.
That was I was gonna say this
So I don't
earlier.
like that.
That was like my favorite video on YouTube. Remember how much I was obsessed with YouTube?
Yeah.
Like I was a YouTube queen. I seen everything on there. But I used to love that video. I used to watch that guy
He says
all the
gingers
time
have
because he was
souls.
so funny. But like he was so serious. Like
Ginger thing is the exactly. Gingers earn a freckle for every soul they steal.
did you hear that before?
no.
I have I have like no freckles, but I have weird ones. I have one freckle on my butt cheek. I have one above my lip. I have
I don't even think that
random
counts
ones
as
on
a
my
freckle.
arms.
That's a mole.
They're not moles because they're not raised. They're
I
just
have
like
freckles, but
dots.
mine are like kind of pale, I guess, and I have like not as many on. Like I have
I've
some
got
on my
more.
arms, but not as many. But you
You
always had
probably
the
can't
most.
see. I have the most freckles.
Yeah, you do. You always had the most.
I know. Like
I only
I have
get them
makeup.
in the summer.
I have makeup on now, so you can't see my whole face, but she's freckly. It's a freckle face. I was so uncomfortable with my freckles for so long. I remember I would like Google how to get rid of them, how to make them go away. I just thought like someday when I grow
And
up.
now people used to make fun of
Freckles
them, but now
Tattoos!
tattoos of freckles, and people who don't have them are like trying to get them. So
I know.
and same with like trying to dye their hair red. So it's like
I know.
okay, bitches,
I know, right?
trying to
And it
be
was
just
so
like
hard.
us, but you hated us before.
I know. And it was so hard. And like, I understand because kids always.
You know what? Next time I see someone that dyes their hair red and has like fake freckles, I'm gonna be like, wow, you're
Poser.
a redhead.
I know, imagine saying that. Like, you would never say that to anyone else.
You look good for a fake ginger.
Imagine. Did anyone ever call you guys Carrot Top?
Yes.
Carrot Top, yeah, that was a big one. If you are a redhead or a ginger, whatever term, whatever pronoun you like to use, redhead or ginger, we want to talk a little bit about how you can learn to love and embrace your natural hair. If you're young and you're watching this and you're in school and maybe people are bullying you, we know firsthand how hard that is and what that feels like, but it's because kids like to pick on or bully people who are different, who are unique. And
He agrees. He's like,
he
yeah,
agrees.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And you know what? That might be really hard now, but I promise you are going to grow to embrace that and to love that part of you. Like,
Now, I honestly, like, I felt the same. Like, when you're going through school and people are mean,
You wanna
and
fit in.
you don't know who you really are yet either, and you just want to be like everybody else. But now, I love that when I go out, everyone else doesn't look like me. Like, my hair doesn't look exactly like everybody else.
Yeah.
I love that now.
being different becomes one of your favorite things about yourself because it's the one thing that sets you apart from everyone else. And
Well, I'm
you're
sure there's other things too.
There are
It's
other
one
things, of
that's like
course.
noticeable right away.
Yes. I mean, if you were only in the 2% of the world's population. Sorry that I got cut off there. My battery just died, so we had to pop in a new one. But I was going to say, you are in the 2% of the population. You are a unicorn. Embrace that shit. And you might be a ginger too.
I hope he
You might
is.
be.
He's so cute.
You might be.
His hair looks it in the light sometimes. He's got blueberries.
Do you have any advice for any like young redheads or gingers that are watching this?
Fuck it, dye your hair black.
If you gotta go through the phase and dye your hair,
know.
like, power to you, do it, but I'm here to tell you, you really don't want to. In the long run, you'll probably regret it.
Yeah.
It'll be extremely hard to get your hair color back, and semi-permanent is a lie.
Yeah. And also, you're gonna love your
And
hair
your roots,
someday anyway.
and when you dye your hair
yeah.
a crazy color, your roots are gonna look hot and in a bad way. They're gonna come in like and look real terrible.
Yeah. It's expensive, but I mean, we went through that phase. It didn't matter. But
Dark
our
black with hot red roots
Yeah.
coming through.
I know.
That's worse.
Yeah. Our mom told us, like, don't dye your hair, you'll regret it. Everyone told
No.
us, every hairdresser.
You know
And
what
we
the
still
main
did
thing
it.
is?
Had to learn the lesson.
I started
for
to dye it
ourselves.
at home because hairdressers didn't want to do it.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what my main lesson from dyeing my hair black was? I got made fun of for being a redhead. I dyed my hair black, and then I got made fun of for having black hair. So you can't win.
Yeah,
so
people
just
are gonna be
stay
assholes
the
no matter
same.
what.
Yeah.
So just be you. Be yourself, and as soon as, like, believe me, one day you're just gonna realize
Once you
none of
leave
these
high
people
school.
matter. They really don't. And anyone who's mistreats others, that says a lot about them.
Yeah,
They're not happy, so just be kind back to them and ignore it and try not to let it get to you.
agree. I want to leave you with this last quote. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business. And that's something that's really stuck with me lately, and I really like it.
When you waste your time, like, worried about other people and worried about what they think of you and hating people and whatever, you're hurting yourself more than anyone else.
Yep. It's true.
Gotta come.
Be a kind person, be a good person, be nice to others, and be nice to yourself. Because, girl, boy, you should love yourself because you are freaking beautiful. You are amazing.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here?
Amen, sister!
Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you liked it. If you did like it, give me a thumbs up down below. If you didn't like it, I'm sorry that you're hating on redheads.
You hate us because you ain't us.
And if you are a ginger, you are awesome. And comment down below. I want to know like how many other gingers are watching this, and especially if you come from a family of gingers. I think that's really interesting. So let me know what your thoughts are down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope that you have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.